Live from the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome to Boston Bruins hockey on NESN. Tonight, under the Gateway Arch, the Bruins look to strike the right note against the Blues as they start a 3-game road trip. Hello again, everybody. Along with Andy Brickley, I'm Judd Surratt. Thanks for joining us. Well, just a few days ago, these two teams met in Boston, and the Bruins won convincingly 5-2. Brick, this morning, head coach Marco Sturm had said he felt his team played a structured game. They didn't give up much. Can they repeat that performance here tonight and get this trip started with a win?
And don't sleep on the St. Louis Blues. After that performance in Boston, which wasn't their best, they did go into Ottawa, they did go into Montreal. Yeah, they might have got outshot both games, but they won both games. So you can't take anybody lightly in this league, and tonight is a good reminder.
Saturday night, the Bruins wrapped up their third 10-game segment of the season. They're 30 games in, and in this last 10-game segment, Brick, the Bruins had to deal with some rough travel. They missed 2 star players, but still cobbled together points.
Yeah, when we take a look at the 10-game segments, you go back to the first 10 when the Bruins are starting to figure things out. How are we defending this man-on-man thing, this 1-2-2 in the neutral zone? It caused some issues. The defense wasn't as strong as it is now, and it's reflected in their record and their numbers. The 4-6 record, you think about a 6-game losing streak that they had to end with a win over Colorado to get it to 4-6.
Got a bomb from the point. Thomas, right of that, Buchnevich pulls it back. Thomas shoots, he scores! Robert Thomas on a little quiet ice and zips in a power play goal. 1-0 Blues.
Well, you got the sense the Bruins were going to kill this penalty off. They were doing a nice job. They were getting clears. They were not allowing easy entries. There was a puck battle along the wall. They couldn't win it. They couldn't get the clear towards the tail end of the power play.
Buchnevich and Justin Falk on the power play. Out in front, Zacha jamming away. Hofer, he's able to cover it up. Stand his ground, and now a little action just behind the net. Middlestat grabbed there by Logan Mayu. Middlestat takes exception. The linesman trying to separate those two. We didn't see a lot of this in the first meeting.
Well, Middlestat makes a nice play to step inside his check behind the net in order to free that puck up, and now it hits Pavel Zacha, and he's just trying to jam away and force that puck across the goal line. Hofer had to keep his left pad and left leg strong against that post.
Both players, 2-minute minors for roughing, 4-on-4.
Just able to keep that puck out. And now it's grabbed by Thomas. He has the game's only goal. Up top, Parayko walks in, shoots, Swayman! He made that look easy.
This is where the challenge is for a left-handed shot playing the right D. Aspero's going to keep that puck in at the offensive blue line, but he's on his backhand, so you can't really wire it back and play the rip game. So it gets knocked down, and numbers all of a sudden coming in the opposite direction. Parayko coming late.
Zacha softly, backhand. Hofer kicked it out. 25 seconds left in the period. Parayko having a problem. Zacha, who had 2 goals in the first meeting against St. Louis, sent it to the point, and it's kicked out. Zadorov with it. Geeky. He'll walk it in. Pastrnak. Zadorov. We got a delayed penalty coming, sent out in front, and Hofer, the save on the turnaround drive, and the Bruins will end the period on the man advantage.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Keegan to protect this puck once he regained the offensive zone. The stick rides up high by Bjugstad on the back check. Bruins.
St. Louis, number 77, 2-minute minor, high sticking.
Bruins more engaged, Judd, here in the back half of this period. This will be their second power play. They need to do a little bit more with their man advantage as we take a look at the high sticking penalty by Bjugstad on Geeky. But they got to do a little bit more here with their power play. Not necessarily in 4.2 seconds, but to start the second.
Bruins did not register a shot on goal in their first power play. Lindholm in to take the draw. Pastrnak waiting at the high slot. Lindholm kicked out of there. Geekie will roll up the sleeves. Bruins win it. Pastrnak fires it. Blocked. And this power play will carry over to start the second period. 4.5 minutes into the second period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Blues. As Zadorov knocked down Bukestad.
Between periods, and they nailed it. The Bruins weren't very physical to start this hockey game, but they picked it up. Big hit by Zadorov on Bukestad.
Now a steal by the Bruins. You got Pastrnak breaking. He's got it. Cuts into the slot on his backhand. Got pulled off the puck. Replay on. Pastrnak with a glare in the far corner at the referee. Pastrnak sitting on 402.
David Pasternak's going to get a breakaway here. Had a little trouble handling initially, but he was able to corral it. He was looking for some kind of a holding penalty there as he tried to protect the puck and try to go backhand, forehand right here.
Get to that thought here in a second. Pastrnak up top. Minten shoots. That's blocked. Minten gets it back. Pastrnak chopped it out in front. Minten shoots. He scores! Fraser Minten got a loose puck near the blue paint and bangs one home. Bruins won. Blues won.
It felt like it was a matter of time. The Bruins are starting to get to their game. Yeah, they had that. Bushnevich had that great chance this period that Swayman made a nice glove save on, but it's been mostly Boston, and they've generated some offense. They've had offensive zone time. Every line's kind of had good shifts here in the second period, a much more connected effort here in period number 2, and this is just pucks and bodies to the net, create the turnover down deep, force Minnesota to have to play deep in their own zone, defend in their own zone. And the Bruins attack the net. Pastrnak, then Hustadinov, and then finally, Minten got the shot that was blocked, and it came back to him, and he kept the play deep.
Back to Janot. Up top, Soderstrom. Shoots, deflected, they score! I think Sean Corrali got a piece of that one. All sorts of traffic in front. And the Bruins have burst in front. Bruins 2, Blues 1.
And you got to give Soderstrom some credit here. He carries this puck through the neutral zone, Judd, and he doesn't really have a play when he comes across the blue line, but he throws it in an area where the Bruins can get to it first. And Kastelik gets it. They play the rim game. This line is very good when you talk about Janot and Kastelik, regardless of who's in the middle. They play that rim game. Janot makes a nice play along the wall to get that puck back to the left point for the shot.
Neighbors. Not out of trouble yet. Tucker, Falk. Up top to Falk. Shoots, blocked, kick to the corner. 15 seconds left. Lindholm in a battle with Neighbors. Janot finished his check. Thomas to the slot. That shot didn't get free. 5 seconds left here in the period. Here's Janot. He'll flip it deep. And that's going to do it for the middle frame here in St. Louis, where the Bruins got to their game and will take a 2-1 lead into the second intermission. Hustadinov cuts in, backhand denied, Minten dribbled it just wide. I think Broberg may have gotten a piece. Thomas guides it in. Moves with a couple of chances there, sent out in front, they score! Bushnevich found Thomas, his second of the night, and we're squared at 2.
Yeah, just a negative sequence going against Boston. You thought they had a sure goal when Minten had an opportunity with Hofer down and out. He got it with his skate, then he got it with his stick, and Hofer got it with his goal stick. And then this is not much happening right here except a telegraph D-to-D pass. Now both defensemen are below the goal line. That leaves the goal scorer all by himself in front of the net.
In front. Zadorov shot it out in front. They score! Kastelik took that puck as it laid in the blue paint and he stuffs it home. He's got 2 tonight. Bruins 3, Blues 2.
And this is a goal, the result of 3 zone plays. Starts with a defensive zone face-off win, a clean breakout, and a purposeful dump in by Janot. Because he knows Corrali's going to get there first and it won't be icing. And now it's go to work. Wins some pucks, and I love what Zadorov does. He reads the play, and he pitches down low enough so that puck will find him. And again, it's a puck to the net. And Jeannot and Corrali and Kastelik doing what they do best. Win pucks, win.
Up top, Hampus Lindholm across Pete. Shoots off the post. Pasternak to the slot. Minten shoots. He scores! Fraser Minten slams in his second of the night. Bruins 4, Blues 2.
Oh, great energy shift right here. A lot of motion, a lot of puck retrieval. Everybody involved. They used the D, not once, but twice. Kept plays alive by throwing the puck down deep into the offensive zone behind the net. And Fraser Minten, we talked about it, that negative sequence, he had a chance to put the Bruins up, was denied. And on this shift alone, Judd, I think he tipped that shot by Peak that hit the post. And then he gets open in the high slot for Pasternak pulling that puck off the wall.
Now Swayman shot it up the middle. Intercepted. Suter shot blocked. Rebound. Swayman able to deny that. And here's Pasternak. Shoots off the post. Blues still alive. Pasternak a steal. Up top. Zacha. He scores! Well, Pasternak didn't end it, but he set up the empty netter from Pavel Zacha. He's got 3 in 2 games against St. Louis, and that should do it. 5-2 Bruins.
Yeah, you thought that Pasternak would hit the open net. Well, he did. He hit the post, but he didn't give up on the play. He went and pursued. He forces Fowler to the wall. He wins the puck. And then Lindholm and Zacha.
Shot steered aside by Swayman, who made a number of timely saves here tonight. Remember, the Bruins were on their heels in the first 10 minutes. Puck bumped out to center ice. St. Louis opened the scoring 5.5 minutes in. 10 seconds left in this one. Soderstrom will settle it down. The Enterprise Center empties out. Bruins win. Jeremy Swayman and the Bruins, it took them about 10 minutes to find their game, but it was a greasy victory tonight. 2 goals by Fraser Minten, 2 by Mark Kastelik. They sweep the season series and start a 3-game trip with a 5-2 win in the Lou.